Hello everybody, welcome to DG360. If you're on YouTube, like and share the video. We are on episode 111. If you're wondering where we started, it was over a year ago. And you can check out our campaign down below. If you are live, click that link and you can get sent to this awesome playlist. Over 110 episodes. We are on episode 111. Let's check out and see if our adventurers can rescue Alan and Kettlestein.
Welcome to the...
I've got a doll inside.
Did you have a doll just absorb into you?
No, but I've had a great one living in my mind.
I am still recovering some of my powers.
Ooh. I'm missing my cauldron, it seems. I've searched the entire palace and it's missing.
This is one of my professors, Paige.
Well, is it my understanding that you're a book?
No, I'm not that. This is ridiculous.
Oi, oi, we got your cauldron.
Oh, wonderful news. Thank you. Welcome back. I've started to regain some of my strength. The flail snail trial definitely helped. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That is...
Did you drink it?
No, I crafted it into a balm.
I would have drunk it.
I wouldn't have.
If you had a grail, would you have had some of the snail, the flail snail trail?
Yeah. The grail.
Good to see
I
you.
ordered the grail. I ordered the
I've got a
grail, but
snail
it hasn't
flail.
arrived in the mail yet.
Oh, so the grail hasn't arrived in the mail for the snail flail trail?
No.
Snail mail.
And don't forget that I've got a snail flail.
Oh,
Okay?
you do, don't you?
You do.
There is a whale sound nearby, as a whale.
Oh, you returned from your trail. Was it an ordeal? Did you get impaled? You look quite pale and frail. Perhaps you should have worn chainmail. Well, let's get you an ale and a nice meal to cure what ails you.
Stop it. Stop.
Cocktails are on sale. And oxtail soup at wholesale price, not retail. Served by a male Chippendale. Anyway, come inside. It's starting to hail and blowing a gale. Tell me the tale of how you prevailed.
So, she is going to start on your favors. She asks each of you what it is you want. Greg's already getting his. She's helping him through some shit.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Let's go. Thank you, buddy. That's very nice.
That's part of a favor to him.
If I gave you a very powerful magical mask, would I be able to get two smaller favors?
Perhaps, yes.
And I hand her the curious mask.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, as you are still curious about what it does. You haven't worked it out yet.
4.
4. You think about doing so, and then you're like, oh, but
Brit laughed.
I feel like I can work out what this does, and you decide not to give it up.
Okay.
Super.
So I hand it out to her and go,
Like, what is...
never mind!
Sorry about him. He's fucking weird.
Did I?
Sorry, I need to know what's going on with the mask.
You got a little bit of spittle on you.
Nice.
Thank you, Bud.
Okay.
I don't put it on.
But what is it I can do for you then?
Oh, you're an odd fish, Baratune. You're an odd fish.
I'm
Finding out that the mask still exists still bothers me from last episode when everybody shined a light on my rather large, may I say handsome, bald head and enlightened me that the mask was still on them. I really am still freaked out about this information. I thought the mask was gone.
I'm gonna kind of gauge two options with you and see which one you think you can do. One,
Right.
This is Scamatha's book, which I'm holding very delicately.
It's like smoking.
I saw
vague sounds of screaming.
I saw another wizard touch it and it looked like he got corrupted by it.
Yes, that sounds like Scabbard.
I would love to be able to use the book without getting corruption. Do you think you could take the corruption
remove
off
that,
it?
yes.
Okay, good. So that could be option A.
Also, just pause there. I noticed you are moving around a lot.
Yes.
The
That
feet,
was just going to be one of the small
Is that the
favors.
curse?
I am cursed.
I will remove that for you as thanks for getting my cauldron. I have done a similar thing for Greg.
Right, so we're allowed 2 then each.
Well, no, this is small.
Oh, no,
that
it
was...
sounds like we're all at
So
two
option A, Scabatha's book. Option B is I have something called the Tome of Leadership. It's inactive at the moment and only comes active once every
100 years.
100 years. Could you...
It should be getting close as well. That's
Okay, option A.
my sisters had that. They've been using it their whole lives. They've been...
I will tell you something most interesting as well. In terms of Bodger having this doll inside of him now, this parasitic scary doll that is now living inside of him. Somebody had commented last week on our highlight where they got to stay in these rooms of enchantment, of like your heart's desire. And I thought to myself, why didn't Bodger wish for the doll to be gone from him in the room of your heart's desire? I mean, was that something that could have happened, or was it just the furniture and the layout of the room itself? Because, oh my God, could have got rid of the doll if in fact could have gone in the room and wished the doll outside of his body.
Getting
gone forever, maybe.
Charming that way.
So this is probably gonna pop pretty
soon. Yes.
Okay. Well then, I would love it if you could.
You're human, yes.
Yes.
How long do you live?
Well, I've got some magical shit going on.
You should be fine. It will arrive in your lifespan. Yes, I will remove the curse on Scabath's book of notes for you.
Wow.
That's great.
Excellent.
For you, Bodger Blodger?
I would like to have the stole thing removed.
Good,
and
there we go.
I would like a bit of power imbued on my hat.
Why do you suddenly get two?
Why you got two?
I mean, you fetched my cauldrons. I suppose I can do it. I'll see how tricky it is to remove.
Well, okay. First things first. Can you just what does it? Can you just tell me without being a favor? Just what is it? What the hell's happened to me?
I wish I could. I've told you about 3 times now. I don't know unless I actually do the identifying magics to find out what it did.
Well, because I don't know, like, if it's necessarily even doing anything badly to me, I'd like to take.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Probably fine. In fact, it's probably a good thing.
Probably.
Can I please have a magic hammer? I'd like my hammer, and I'd like it to be made more magical.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything in mind? Like, there's a number.
What I would like is for it to have a 10%. I've got a very specific spell that I've been thinking about. I would like my hammer to have some sort of polymorph ability.
Oh, so you wish to turn your hammer into another creature?
No, you should be specific here.
Can I?
This is monkey paw.
Can you please give my hammer the ability to have a 10% chance every attack to make the target polymorph into a random animal?
Right. Well, Robert has done the maths on this last night and realized that 10% is way overpowered, but has managed a way to make this balanced. And I can do it.
Who's Robert?
Friend of
Why,
ours.
I was trying to be vague about this.
There's so many better things you could do with that hammer than what he just asked the hammer to do. A polymorph hammer. What is he
yes,
thinking?
I can do something of that nature for you.
Okay, cool.
Hand it over, and I will. You give the hammer, and she takes it, and it seems to shrink down in her hand. You've never seen it do that.
Thank goodness.
And she's just holding like a more tinkerer's hammer kind of size thing.
Monkey paw, your hammer's now tiny little.
Also, is there a chance you could try just at least identify what the hell's going on with my door?
I will do that as a thank you for collecting my cauldron.
All right.
Kettlestein mentioned that you have patron powers. And
yeah, I got an eternal great one living inside my brain.
There's a spell I can do, powerful magic to divine information about things lost to legend. I could cast that for you and learn more information about what is going on for you.
Yeah, that'd be great because it's a bit of a mystery.
Wonderful. We will do this.
To learn a little bit more.
I'm here to study archfey, so I would love like a big old historical document that I can take that's got some secrets in it.
Of course. I
want secrets.
Information.
You just write a thesis about archfey and just give it to me, and then I can take credit for it?
No,
never
because
take credit for it.
if she writes a thesis on when you submit it to Turnitin, it'll be like, nah, an archfey wrote this, bro.
Hey, Maddie.
I'm not trying to steal anyone's. I'm not trying to steal anyone. But just a little bit of information.
I will happily sit down with you for interview, and you can ask me questions which you like. I will be open book. Speaking of which, is he opening yet?
Hello, Paige.
Yes.
Are you right?
I'm fine.
Would you like to open?
I'm very busy.
No, is the answer to that.
You're a book.
Yeah,
Stop it!
That book sounds like a pain in the ass.
Book is annoying.
Do you think maybe I could bribe him with like a cup of coffee that he can have in his little... Yeah, and then maybe that'll...
Pour a cup of coffee on the book.
If you could just give him the cup of coffee as like a little bonus.
I will do so.
Yeah.
So she arranges for a tiny little cup of coffee, like a thimble cup of coffee to be next to the book, and then he opens up and then he sort of reaches his hologram hand out, and then his cup of coffee appears in his hologram hand, having left the one on the table. Like,
Is he like made of ink?
Yeah.
He's a book.
Stop saying that. Where you can
over the next week or so, you are leveling up to level 9 as she works on your favours. So if you want to roll your new hit points, you can do so.
By the way, across this week, as I said, I'm working on that quick save scroll. I want to somehow figure out an ability that not only can we rewind time, but grab something.
Grab an object and rewind time with it and have it in your hand.
Yeah.
Meaning that there would be a minute later, a minute before, there would be 2 of those objects.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So they're hitting level 9. They're almost double digits now, huh, Kira? Oh.
All right, so that's what you're working on.
Thinking ahead.
I will tell you that there is because you're trying to make this already powerful item do something more powerful, there is a chance that if you screw this up, tinkering with it, you lose the scroll. A small chance, but I will ask for tinkering checks, and if you nat 1 it, then you find the scroll.
Yep. I have deception and persuasion 8+ now. I'm gonna deception and persuade everyone now.
Bro, I've got stealth plus 11, and insight and perception at 10, and sleight of hand at 11.
Oh my god.
You should find. So you're going to be rolling 12s for most of those things.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be in the low
Nothing
teens.
but 12.
Low teens. For
Nothing but 12s with Ben's rolls. Rob taking a shot.
Actually, I'm not going to say that. I've got a new spell that I'm looking forward to using. Continue.
Eventually, if you keep going with Rogue, you get reliable talent where anything that you're proficient in, you can just treat a roll less than 10 as a 10.
Yeah.
You're like, thank God.
Thank Christ.
Then
it'll almost be a minimum 20.
He
right?
does.
Rogues get real good at the stuff they're good at, which is kind of the point of the rogue.
Sure.
So I have historically, every single time I've leveled up, done the safe just... what is it? Is it 7 every time?
Yeah, and I called you out for it for being boring.
It's super boring. And so this is... I'm going to roll this one.
Do it. D12.
Here we go. D12 roll.
You've got a dice.
12!
There you go.
You rolled a 12! I got a 12!
See, that's why you roll, because you max health. You suddenly... Because he was lacking on health before.
He was, yeah. I always felt sorry for Bodger. I was like, oh, mate,
all right.
You've only got double my health.
Take him to Vegas.
Now he's got more than double.
Quadruple, really, when you're raging.
So done.
Yep.
123.
And that's what the temporary...
Whoa.
Although, do we still have the temporary?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
You've given a speech.
Give it a speech.
You've given a tip.
But I guess that means my base is 113. Just
you just
breaths away from the morning.
just cracked 100.
113. What up?
I mean, with that roll, he
over
definitely
double me
needs
now.
to go to the casino right
You're a
now.
handsome bloke. Hey everyone, I'm a handsome bloke. My grandfather's hammer. Boom. 10.
How is that scroll going?
Oh, I'm nearly there. I've nearly got it working. Come on, quick save.
Guys, I've been looking for Greg all over the place, perceiving strange things.
Oh, your perception getting better.
Yeah, no Greg though.
Hey guys, hey, check it out. I'm tough now. I'm over 100 tough.
Oh, well, that's good because that is basically your job.
What you do? Yeah. How tough are you? Like 40 tough?
I don't really want to get into it. I don't like assigning numerical values to my toughness.
You're not over 100, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, how many Eldritch Lords do you have living in your head? Exactly.
And were you at 30 tough?
Or less, like 10.
Awkward. And over 100 handsome.
That's
200 handsome.
It's not a thing.
I'm a million handsome.
I'm infinity +1 handsome, so
Where are you getting this rating system from?
books.
I know that because I read all of the books.
So
and
why'd
I've
you
not
ask the
seen
question?
Not seen it in any of the books that I've read.
This is good improv.
Is that genuine
This is good improv.
It's not as handsome I am.
I read all of the books.
I'm inspired.
And I also have this new ability, a brutal critical, which I don't think I've hardly ever gotten a critical.
You've had a couple of criticals.
Couple of crits?
That's
And
awesome.
you f***ed it up.
Okay, well this will be...
Theoretically, 1 in every 20 of your attacks should be a crit.
I'm pretty sure you've had a couple.
And if you go reckless, you almost double that to like a 9.75% chance of a crit every time. Almost 1 in 10 chance of a crit every time you go reckless with your attacks, or anytime you have advantage on an attack.
That's what I was going to say.
Intelligence is super sexy.
You did that math real quick.
Yeah, the 9.75%.
All right, shut up. So you're leveling up. She's working on your things. She's trying to remove the curse on your thing. She's polymorphing your hammer, getting a polymorph ability into it. She's in the evenings. She's having sort of sit down conversations with you. Baradoon, you're tinkering with your book as well, right?
The scroll.
Sorry.
Scroll. Yep.
I'll have you make an Arcana check, please. That's another thing we've changed about you on Level Up, is that you were like, I should be proficient in Arcana. So.
Oh, that's right. I think I've already done.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We swapped out religion for Arcana, and it makes sense that you're spending time working on arcane things.
Yep. Arcana check?
Yep.
12. Plus 6, 18.
Plus 6, 18. All right, so there's still work to be done, but you are starting progress on that thing. 18 Arcana check. You can spend some of the time during Level Up as well scribing any of the spells from his notebook, his spell book.
Yeah, give me all those spells.
You learn from how just being around him that he's got a spell book, but he doesn't use it, and you realise.
Hey, I have a spell book.
Why do you not use it?
You realise from your studies of the arcane, you know that some people are just born inherently magical and they just don't really study it. It just comes to them naturally.
Lazy.
They're talented rather than skilled.
Lazy.
And you realise Baradoon is what's commonly known as a sorcerer rather than a wizard, and so he's got a spellbook that isn't even his. Do you explain at all during the downtime whose it is or where you got it?
Wait, does she know who you are actually, or does
we told her?
Yeah.
I do know.
Does she actually know who? Do you know who Baradoon?
I would probably know.
Yeah, you'd know the order of the weave. Yeah.
So the spellbook isn't even mine. I stole it from Leothil.
Oh. You stole it.
Now, Leothil
is going to.
You know, is acting High Sorcerer.
Yes.
And is due to become the next High Sorcerer on the next Sabotation Day, which will vacate his current position as head of Arcane Research.
And my mother is vying for that position, actually.
Do you want some dope secrets?
Your mother?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So it turns out Leothil's actually evil, and he. What's the word? Removed all my powers from me, and then I stole his spellbook and
And
walked
that's
away.
who's going to be.
Yeah, I know.
High Sorcerer.
He wants to be High Sorcerer, and we're trying to stop that.
Sorry, who's your mum?
Anna.
Right.
Continue.
I love that Baradoon's calling Leothil evil when Baradoon is in fact evil squared, perhaps even cubed. I think that's rather funny.
Did that help?
And she wants to be head of Arcane Research.
Well, she's been working in, research.
At the Temple of Calabar?
No, not at the Temple of Calabar.
Okay, but she wants to.
She might be moving. Yes.
That would uproot the family, wouldn't it? Moving.
No, not. Well, I'm not grown.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be going along with her.
I don't know. You may have had other siblings.
I'm a grown up.
I don't know everything about you.
No. I don't have any. I'm a single child. What do you call it? Only child.
Only child.
Yeah. But my grandmother does live there.
And does she know?
Sorry, who's your grandmother?
My grandmother. I'm calling her Lucy.
Lucy, right.
Yeah.
And what's her actual name?
Lucy.
I'm calling her Lucy. And her name is
Margaret, but I call
She said I'm calling her because we never talked about that.
I just made it right there. Lucy.
And does your mother know Leothil?
I wouldn't say knows well. Knows, of course, but doesn't know well. Doesn't know a lot.
I'll end that line of questioning.
But how do you know that they're evil? Because I wouldn't.
He kind of said it to me, I guess.
Just took it.
He totally told me. I don't need to worry about it.
Evil.
Yeah, because we're the good guys.
Exactly.
At this point, I don't really know how much I trust any of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
He kind of
run away.
He is wanting for his own personal gain to overtake the sort of position.
He's our antagonist. That makes him the bad guy.
Correct.
I have to relay.
Yeah, to be honest, from my point of view, whether it was him or Baradoon is
So much of a muchness. Doesn't really make a difference.
Bad, right?
Kind of both dicks.
I kind of both dicks.
Oh, sorry,
dicks.
you're a dick.
Thank you.
At one of the evenings towards the end of the week, when you've been doing all of your respective level uppy stuffs, what did you get? You got expertise.
Expertise, yeah. And
In
I took
what?
it in insight and perception.
Okay, what do you reckon you're doing to make those things better? How are you training those over the week?
I'm just spending a lot of time trying to ascertain what the fuck is going on in my head.
Yeah.
He just sits there, and like while the rest of them are sleeping, he kind of meditates, going, "Great one, what the fuck is going on?"
There's a knock at your bedroom door.
Don't come in! Don't come in! Don't come in! Don't come in!
I thought I heard singing in there.
Yeah. Hang on. Just thinking about baseball. Okay, you can come in.
Jesus. She comes into your room and she says,
I wasn't. Huh?
It's fine. We all have urges. It's heart's desires. I've managed to locate the ivory sticks that are part of the component for the spell that I wish to cast.
Oh, great.
So whenever you're ready.
Let's go.
Very well. She knocks the rest of you awake and takes you all together to a large, expansive hall.
So I was trying to be polite. I was waiting for you to maybe this doll thing, but we never.
Oh yes.
We never got
Sorry.
around to it.
Yes, we haven't
kind of like,
been.
I wasn't going to intrude, but we still.
Now you have.
Intruded.
We'll get there. You are not leaving the palace.
Will we though? Will we?
So it's quite a complicated spell, really.
So is this going to teach me a bit about my patron?
Yes, hopefully, with any luck. It is a written down spell, yes.
Is it going to get rid of the doll from me?
So it's an interesting spell that can teach us information that's lost to time.
Oh, will it take us to another plane, will it?
Possibly, it can do.
Is it going to get rid of the doll from me?
So it can take us in numerous different places. Sometimes it will.
Is it going to get rid of the doll that's inside me?
Totally
Is no one listening to me?
Important artifacts that you need to cast.
Yes, actually,
I've got a doll inside me.
I have a whole intricate sort of system of runes that I have to inscribe on the floor.
I've got a doll inside me and I want to out.
Yes, of course.
Is nobody listening to me?
There's series of incense, herbs.
Because I've been patient.
Or just because it hasn't happened right now doesn't mean it's never
I've been spending most of my day enchanting your Warhammer. And then the afternoons I've been trying to work with the curse. In the evenings I've been having interviews. And then I've also been any downtime I've been trying to source components for my spells.
Tomorrow morning.
We could do or now.
Well, we're doing my thing now.
Are we though?
Yeah, I've been waiting patiently.
Have you?
Yeah, because I've got an eternal being occupying my brain. Smoke.
She takes you to an expansive hall and lays out some incense and herbs, gemstones, ivory sticks, tokens and trinkets and statuettes, all manner of complicated and
To be fair, Bob has been dealing with his issues for a lot longer.
unusual components. You are well studied, so you recognise that she is casting the spell Legend Law. It is a very
Legend Law.
It's a spell that allows you to learn information about things that have been lost to time. So as you are standing around in this circle, the last of the incense is lit, and she starts to chant this incantation. And the room around you starts to fall away. It starts to dissolve, leaving just blank white.
Kiara says, Kiara, you like the Legend Lore spell? I would use the Legend Lore spell myself. Legend Lore! To find all of my missing socks. That's...
in all dimensions. And you are floating in the void.
Right socks?
I shouldn't have taken that acid tab.
You took acid,
I should have taken more.
Whoa. Well, this is a new experience.
Well, I don't know. I spent a lot of time in white voids, actually.
Yeah, voids are kind of my thing, really.
No, this guy. Actually, I know that
I'm waiting for Morpheus to pop out.
area of white void over there. I've been there before.
Yeah, I have done some things over there.
What's it? Be calm. Daddy's just floating in a white void.
I've done some things over
Hold for a
there.
second.
Zavelna speaks. It is unknown what came before the cosmos, but whatever it was, it birthed the ancients.
It's an ayahuasca trip time.
You see appearing around you with its scale entirely impossible to determine given no reference point to the plain white around you. A behemoth titan of a man, mostly similar to an angel in appearance. Humanoid body, wings, but the details of him are interpreted differently by each of you. Some of you are seeing him bearded, and others are seeing two faces of the sea.
And others are seeing a very handsome bald man with a streamer shirt and a soul patch. Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct here. Please let them envision me with the legend, lore, magic, please, Pepe. Ah! Ah! Oh God, where'd I go? Okay. Woo. Okay. Ah. Okay. All right. Back. That was very scary. That was too. I felt very large there. Something I've never felt in my entire life.
See him with 4 arms, while some see just golden light instead of limbs. Odys, god of gods, father of the first family. And then another appears. Demetre, his wife, mother of the gods, mother of the first family and goddess of seasons, agriculture, and the home. You see her interpreted differently. I don't have every another beautiful woman angel, all right? I'm doing the best with what I got.
Looks like a dude to me.
Well, maybe she just presents as male.
To you. She's a god. She's a god. She's androgynous, mate.
Hey.
No judgments.
Continue, Robin.
You start to see other forms appearing surrounding you in the white void. And I will not do this one-handed.
Mr. Manhattan.
I was going to say it's Piccolo.
Piccolo with wings.
Appearing a number of other angelic figures appearing around you in the void.
It's
getting a little crowded. It's getting a little crowded in here.
Uncles, daughters, brothers, they all came next. Goodness. 10 in number.
This is just like
10
Lex
to rule,
Friedman's ayahuasca
10
trip
to create.
when he was in the Amazon.
Yet only 9 days did it take them to finish the mortal realms. By the light of day 9 they rested. And so the 10th, a daughter called Maedra took charge of the sapient life and made for herself a new realm. The life. But what is life without death?
Azerim.
What is light without shadow?
Oh, wow.
For every creation there must be destruction. Thus, the shadow realm was birthed to balance the light.
They're the baddies. I bet they're the baddies.
What gave it away?
And then
so you look around you to see that the white has disappeared away. All of the angels around you have disappeared away. Around you now is pure abject terror incarnate. You can leave it there, Adam. Leave it there.
Home.
This has to be a new experience for you.
No. This is home.
Yeah, no, Black Voids, I've done Black Voids. Oh, hello.
The world is pitch black, and your ability to see is only by the nature of your magical dark vision. Dark vision that you soon wish you were stripped of. The field you're standing in is an immeasurable living
Good luck
scalp.
on your meeting tomorrow.
The plants are human limbs profusely and unstaunchably bleeding from deep seeping wounds. The sky seems to ripple as though a thin rubber sheet is barely holding back a torrential downpour of burrowing maggots ready to burst forth on the festering ground below at any second.
Yeah.
Very metal.
The darkness of the realm made to brighten the light, the light made to cast the shadows, and thus they were in balance. But who was to have dominion over this lower plane? A second family was born. 10 in number, 10 to rule, 10 to destroy. And you see birthing from the ground like pus from pimples, creatures and beings of immense size and maddening shape.
This place is metal as fuck.
At home.
Shout out to Mike Glasswell for all of the painted minis. Incredible jobs.
Wow.
Squealing guitar and the.
Oh, that's so good.
Ooh, does it have teeth?
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Bursting from the ground.
Christ.
Maddening creatures, different shapes, and sizes, teeth and
That's
tentacles.
so sick. That one's
This
awesome.
is like Doom.
Different creatures of various sizes. These maddening monstrosities.
Yeah.
So it looks like a heart.
Yeah, that was my favourite.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and you can just faintly hear Slayer's raining blood. Just constantly.
Yeah, right. All right,
This is
Bedford,
always
no,
playing
it's
in the
Slayer.
background.
Yes.
The Dark Lords took residence in the Shadow Plane.
The Dark Lords.
A pitch-black wasteland of horrors beyond imagination or comprehension, where mountains are flesh and rivers run with ichor. Eyeballs exist without bodies. Teeth grow from objects, and your minds turn mad by mere proximity.
It just feels right. You know?
I will have each of you roll a d20 for me, please. Straight d20, nothing added.
13. Oh yeah, Spidey
18.
and Z did,
12.
Kira. That's awesome.
16.
13,
checked out
12,
Spidey and Z one
16,
time.
18.
Please put me in the back.
Do I need to roll?
That looks like initiative for battle, which is bullshit.
It doesn't matter. We're only surrounded
Somebody
by
got an
10
18?
gods.
Somebody got an 18?
18.
18 for Bob. And then I think you were 16. 12, 16 something. You all said the numbers at the same
You've got
time.
it in the right order now.
Yeah, we checked out his stream
All right,
one time.
Bob,
I don't know
so
if
Ben, starting
you
with
were
you.
here either.
Pick one of the Dark Lords.
Kier or Maddie for that.
Oh, mate.
He's
like asking me to choose my favourite child.
Well, obviously the biggest one, right?
It's quite small.
I mean, fuck.
Stop being so excited about this, Bob.
Can the camera see it well? Should we shift these guys?
This guy out of the way.
Oh, mate.
Actually, zoom in on him.
Look at this dude.
Oh, wow, there we go.
I just can't choose. They're all so. I just smacked the mic. Sorry. I choose this guy.
Damn it! That's what I was going to
I choose that guy.
He's fantastic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Picked this up from Mike yesterday. I asked him to paint it over the weekend for me. It's incredible. He's made it look like wet and dripping somehow.
So good.
So good, man. So good. All right, so you pick this one. Rowan, you next. Pick one.
I know that you want this one, but I'm
No, you take it. You take it.
This one.
You deserve it.
All right, go with the big
He's
old
got a
hammer.
hat, it feels
Baradoon,
right,
you pick.
you know?
yeah.
I'm going to pick the tiny dude just here.
Tiny dude, nice. All right, Rick.
I want a tiny dude.
You specifically asked to be last, and then you're like, no, I didn't realise what we were doing.
I'm going to pick this one.
All right, big old worm.
And then I'm going to run and switch with one of you.
So you come
specifically you, baby.
You come to realise in this moment that you're not simply observing the Dark Lords bursting forth from this hellscape, but you're becoming them. You look down and see tentacles emerging from you. You see this mouth erupt from your stomach.
This is like a video I watched once.
By the nature of being on this plane, you're already succumbing to... You can't get going after that, can I? Only this time they're coming from me.
Yeah. It's one of my alone time videos.
Alone time video.
Oh, Jesus.
You're from a faraway eastern land, you probably
By the nature of being on this plane, you're already succumbing to the altering nature of the body horror that it inflicts.
Surely this is a new experience.
Not really, to be honest. I mean, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, this is what it's like inside
Total
my
ayahuasca
brain
trip.
at all times. So, welcome to the group.
Family in name alone: Gothdor, Keldor, Cathabist, Ishalden, Niagardrugst, Dave, and others. They argued, fought, schemed, and backstabbed to take what dominion they could over aspects of destruction. So, I want you to backstab and scheme and attack each other based on the minis description. What do you think?
Yeah.
Starting with Bob, make an attack against one of the other minis based on what you think this could do.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I picked the big one.
All right. Do I have to roll or anything?
No rolls, just narratives.
With the tentacles, I grab the little one and force it into my mouth.
Hey, mate.
And then as you are being forced into the tentacles of this one, what do you do in retaliation?
What's he got going on?
He's got like tentacles for a face as well, and like 3 arms or something as well. I imagine him being super
as I start
nimble,
going into his face, I literally rip at his face and stab the tentacles into his face.
Tearing at him, tentacles coming round and grabbing a hold of these eyes. There's tiny little beautiful glowing eyes on there as well. Some of the tentacles go for the eyes. Bodger.
Taking one of the other.
Yeah, anyone.
One of the, that one, or that one.
Anyone. These are all Dark Lords as well. They're just none of you pick them.
Right.
I
You see this guy, by the way? He's made of zombies and skeletons.
I nearly chose that.
Oh, cool.
There's a really big mound of zombies and skeletons. His real name is a zombie clot.
I grab my big hammer and I just shove it up his.
Right up the gullet, like a tongue depressor. Big old hammer comes up. Brit.
I just swallow the hammer. And then I
like,
Suck it in.
Happened before to you.
Give me back my grandfather's
and then I'm gonna
hammer.
burrow obviously under the ground, and then I'm gonna go underneath the ground, and I'm gonna fucking just
Right underneath the tentacles.
Tentacle boy.
Well, your tentacle boy is in tentacle boy.
She punctuates these attacks with descriptions of first they created the hunger, the conflict, and the disease. And this big ass zombie guy just like brings a big swinging hammer and big hammer fist right on the top of this guy. Blood sprays out. Then they created greed, gluttony, pride, and worse. And the plant whips out and grabs a hold of this mound, but the mound slips out of the grasp. Not to be outdone, as each Dark Lord stole from their brothers and sisters' dominion, they demonstrated need to increase the foulness of their destruction. This guy, what's this guy got? He's got all kinds of, he's got weird like eyes on the end of a hook. He uses that hook to sort of grab into the back of, let's go with this guy. Big old hook stabs through your back and he starts clawing his way up your back. Hunger became famine, conflict became war, disease became pestilence. Only one of the 10 took note of Maedra and her new realm, too busy fighting amongst themselves with the others. But Baltoroth the Destroyer took note and set out to the Firelands to become the balance for life. Okay. You see your bodies, horrific as they are, burn away back to your regular forms.
Oh, shit! Oh, wow.
So this is just like a normal day in the life for you then?
No.
This is really an insight on what's been going on with Bob. It's like the entire beginning of how Azerim was formed with the gods and the demons and the whole thing, man. It's like the Silmarillion.
This is not.
Yeah, this is new. This is new.
I don't think we have any connection to this place.
Father.
What's that?
I'm home.
Oh, right. This is where What's It's from. So I guess we do have a connection.
Yeah, no, this big time, big time.
My demon son is from here. Have you met my demon son? What's it?
Briefly, but we weren't.
They got him moving around on his shoulder.
The abject body horror plane begins to burn around you. The black rivers of thick tar begin to glow of molten lava. Trees wilt and blacken to charcoal as the ground becomes a sheet of solidified flame. The sky burns like a white-hot sun in every point that you look. And the air smells of brimstone and sulphur and chokes you with the heat in your lungs. Good interaction. We're involved in the. We've got immersion now. Yeah.
Immersion.
You alright?
You okay?
It's really hot, isn't it? It's quite hot.
Oh, because we're in the hellscape. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, me,
it's very warm. Oh.
What, you hot? What's it?
I bet he is, because we're in hell.
Yeah, it's very flames.
Yeah.
Ooh, the smoke.
It's like on you.
Oh, no. The fire.
Hot. Fairly warm.
Oh, lava. It is his dominion over death. His call to consume the mortal world so that life has room to grow there. It is from his anger, fury, rage, and wrath that the first demons were spawned. You see demons starting to sprout from flame just around you in all directions. Yeah. Some of them are tiny like What's It, and they have different body shapes and anatomy, different asymmetry. Others are larger like elephants and resembled stitched together pieces of beasts. The devils followed soon afterwards, out of sight of Baltoroth, using their respective wiles and wit to scheme and manipulate, rather than outright destroy, as was the purview of their demon cousins. In the background you see other horrific creatures, but these all have perfect body symmetry. They're prowling amid the burned out buildings and flying high out of reach, always staying in the background. And so with the light, the shadow, the life and the fire, the cosmos was in balance. But that balance is an unstable equilibrium. It is hard won and always in flux, as the forces of the lower planes fight to overthrow those of the upper planes.
There's a new mystical threat coming from the Shadowlands.
Cool ass flip.
Okay, it's going to get really interesting on next week's episode. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, definitely like and share. Can't wait to share time with you next week. Try and get here on the live show if you can watch it on YouTube. If you can't, thank you for being super awesome just watching us on YouTube. We always have a good time here, and I super appreciate you for watching.